So much has changed for the world, for our country, and for my family. Like so many students across the world, I graduated from law school during the pandemic.
Tiffany Trump has always been one of the more private members of the Trump family, choosing to stay out of the media frenzy that constantly surrounds her father and siblings. While the rest of the Trump children have embraced the spotlight in business, politics, and social circles, Tiffany has often remained in the background. However, that all changed when she stepped forward with a revelation that caught many by surprise: her relationship with billionaire heir Michael Boulos. For years, Tiffany managed to avoid much of the public scrutiny that followed her family. She lived a relatively low-key life, making only brief appearances at major political events and choosing to focus on her own ambitions rather than the Trump brand. But when she went public about her love life, it left people wondering, why now? What made her decide to share this part of her life with the world? And what challenges does this relationship face behind closed doors, considering it brings together two incredibly powerful yet very different families? Born into one of the most well-known families in America, Tiffany's journey has been anything but predictable. Unlike her siblings, who were groomed for the family's business and political ventures, Tiffany's upbringing was different. She was raised primarily by her mother, Marla Maples, far from the chaos of Trump Tower and Washington, D.C. While her father's world revolved around high-stakes deals and political strategies, Tiffany was growing up in sunny Los Angeles, attending private schools and living a life more distanced from the Trump empire. Despite her famous last name, she chose to carve out her own path, focusing on education and personal passions. She attended the prestigious University of Pennsylvania, her father's alma mater, before pursuing a law degree at Georgetown. But Tiffany wasn't just about academics. She also explored creative ventures, dabbling in music and fashion, even releasing a pop song and interning at Vogue. Unlike her siblings, who thrived in the business and political spotlight, Tiffany was often labeled the forgotten Trump because of her preference for a quieter life. Her absence from the media wasn't a sign of insignificance, but rather a deliberate choice. That decision, however, would soon be challenged by an unexpected romance that thrust her back into the headlines. In the summer of 2018, Tiffany's life took an unexpected turn while vacationing in Greece. During a lavish getaway in Mykonos, she crossed paths with Michael Boulos, a young billionaire heir with a global business empire. Their meeting was the kind of moment straight out of a movie. Two people from entirely different worlds brought together in an exotic, glamorous setting. Michael, a Lebanese-Nigerian businessman, comes from an influential family that operates Boulos Enterprises, a massive conglomerate specializing in the distribution of motorcycles, power bikes, and other industrial goods across Africa and the Middle East. His family is deeply rooted in traditional values and discretion, the complete opposite of the loud, media-driven Trump dynasty. What many assumed was just a summer fling quickly blossomed into something more serious. Their relationship fascinated the public, as the contrast between their lives was striking. Tiffany, the daughter of a controversial U.S. president, and Michael, the reserved heir to a business empire. Was this love, or was it just another high-profile pairing of wealth and status? Despite the speculation, Tiffany and Michael were determined to keep their relationship genuine. They avoided the spotlight as much as possible, making rare appearances together while strengthening their bond away from the cameras. However, their love story wasn't without obstacles. Michael's family, known for their privacy and traditional values, was initially hesitant about the intense media attention that came with Tiffany's connection to the Trump name. Their quiet business empire had operated under the radar for decades, and suddenly they were being dragged into headlines, political conversations, and public curiosity. At the same time, Tiffany found herself adjusting to the expectations of Michael's family, who valued discretion and family unity over fame and public influence. The challenge was clear. Merging these two vastly different worlds would not be easy. The deeper their relationship grew, the more they realized how different their upbringings were. Tiffany, having spent her life in the media glare, was used to constant attention, while Michael had been raised in an environment where family matters were kept strictly private. Navigating these differences required compromise, patience, and a willingness to protect their love from outside noise. Their engagement was a defining moment in their relationship. When they announced their plans to marry, the world took notice. The wedding was scheduled for November 2022 at Mar-a-Lago, Donald Trump's luxurious estate in Florida. The event was nothing short of a grand spectacle, blending American extravagance with a nod to Michael's Lebanese heritage. Tiffany's gown was designed by renowned Lebanese fashion designer Elie Saab, and every detail of the wedding exuded elegance, from the towering wedding cake to the elaborate floral decorations. With only 250 guests in attendance, the wedding was an intimate yet high-profile affair. Ivanka Trump stood by Tiffany's side as a bridesmaid, while her brothers played important roles in the ceremony. But just when everything seemed picture-perfect, nature had other plans. Hurricane Nicole, a powerful storm, threatened to derail the entire event. Torrential rains and heavy winds wreaked havoc across Florida, throwing travel plans into chaos. Tiffany, after months of meticulous wedding planning, was reportedly panicked as she faced the possibility of a ruined ceremony. But in true Trump fashion, resilience prevailed. The storm passed with minimal damage, and the wedding went on as planned. When Donald Trump walked Tiffany down the aisle, the moment was nothing short of iconic. The wedding, despite the challenges, was a perfect blend of love, legacy, and history. Yet, even with all the celebrations, whispers of concern surrounded the couple. Those close to them couldn't help but wonder, would the pressures of their vastly different backgrounds create cracks in their relationship? Marrying into two powerful families comes with unspoken expectations. Tiffany and Michael had to navigate the weight of their family legacies while building a future together. Their love story, though glamorous, was now under even greater scrutiny. Every public appearance, every social media post, and every business move was analyzed, with the media constantly speculating about their marriage. Tiffany, once private and reserved, found herself back in the spotlight, while Michael had to adjust to the relentless attention that came with marrying into the Trump family. Experts have often pointed out that marriages involving two highly influential families face unique challenges. The union of wealth, power, and legacy can place an immense burden on a relationship, often making it difficult for couples to focus solely on their personal happiness. Cultural differences can create expectations that one or both partners may struggle to meet, while media scrutiny turns even the smallest of marital disagreements into global headlines. For Tiffany and Michael, these pressures are magnified. Not only do they come from vastly different backgrounds, but their respective families operate under entirely different rules. The Boulos family, known for its discretion and business-oriented mindset, contrasts sharply with the Trump family's high-profile presence in politics and media. The question remains, will their love be enough to withstand these forces, or will the weight of their backgrounds drive them apart? Despite the challenges, Tiffany and Michael have continued to prove their commitment to each other. Instead of succumbing to outside pressures, they have found ways to merge their worlds while maintaining their individuality. Michael, who has largely avoided the intense political scene that surrounds Tiffany's family, has been careful to maintain a low public profile while managing his business affairs. Tiffany, on the other hand, has navigated her role as both a Trump and a Boulos with grace, appearing alongside Michael at key events while still keeping aspects of their private life out of the spotlight. They have split their time between the United States and overseas, ensuring that they balance Michael's business responsibilities with Tiffany's connections to her father's political sphere. Their ability to adapt and support each other has allowed their relationship to defy expectations, showing that love can transcend cultural differences, family pressures, and the constant glare of the public eye. However, their journey is far from over. The true test of their marriage lies in the years to come. Will they continue to navigate their differences with the same strength and understanding, or will the demands of their powerful families create an insurmountable divide? As they move forward together, the world will continue to watch, speculating on whether their bond will grow stronger or if the heavy expectations placed upon them will become too much to bear. One thing is certain, Tiffany and Michael's story is only just beginning, and whether it unfolds as a lasting love story or a cautionary tale remains to be seen. Tiffany Trump and Michael Boulos' love story is anything but ordinary. It's a tale of two people from opposite worlds who found each other in an unlikely place and chose to build a life together.